Peace, grand rising, good morning, welcome. How are you? I am feeling amazing. I thank my ancestors for allowing me to experience another day, to take a deep breath, take it all in, no worries. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the essence of being alive and just honor yourself today. Today is day 33 of this trek that we're on, this hero's journey, as we get into our hero's journal and figure these things out. I'm so glad that you are here with me. I'm super excited about today's affirmation, today's challenge, today's mission. And it's called coping mechanisms, right? An important aspect. We create coping mechanisms as opposed to really dealing with our problems. We cope. We mask, we hide, we adjust. But the hero in us knows that there comes a time that we have to deal. And that time is now as we approach 2026. You know what I'm saying? And what the future holds beyond that point for those who are getting these lessons, maybe in 2030, 2035, right? The mission will still be the same. All right? Coping is survival. Healing is transformation. I'm going to say that again. Coping is survival. And that's survival, but healing is transformation. So I'll ask, how did you cope with your hardest times? Were those methods healthy or harmful? Right? We know drugs and alcohol are coping mechanisms, right? And those are the harmful mechanisms, but there are healthy mechanisms of coping. You know, you might meditate. What we're doing now is a healthy mechanism in which we're trying to get to the root of who we are, right? So what were some of your coping mechanisms? Eating, unhealthy at times. Binge eating, that's how some people deal with emotion. They say if you're addicted to sugar, that's an emotional thing. And so how did you deal, or what did, you deal with when it came to that issue? How can you begin replacing old coping tools with nurturing ones? How can we begin to replace old coping tools with nurturing ones? First, we have to admit that we have, issues that we're coping and masking, right? And we have to identify that at its root level for us to be able to go, okay, all right, I need to replace this with that. I need to replace eating with exercise. I need to replace or eating bad food with some good food that's going to provide vitality. I need to replace drugs with something else. And so the coping mechanism is a part of us moving out of survival into transformation. And transformation is not easy. It is the change that's needed, though. It is the change that's needed. All right? And so you don't need to shame the ways you survived. Every coping mechanism was your body saying, I'm doing my best. Now you're learning better ways to soothe your soul. I'm doing my best, right? Because the body is not going to let you down. This body is an amazing tool itself, and it will use the liver to do the kidneys job. It will use the kidneys to do a lungs job. It is trying to keep you in this space so that you can complete as much as your mission as you can. And then, of course, you don't die. You just have to ascend into a different time and space. And some of us come back here in a different avatar to complete other missions. All right? But you're learning better ways to soothe your soul. I think that's very, very important that we don't shame ourselves. My body has been coping with things you couldn't possibly imagine to keep me within this space. Those who have cancer and realizing that the cancer is not what's killing you. Cancer is things that eat at you, but most cancers, that tumor, it's got like a bubble around it. The body is still fighting around the tumor of the cancer. When you go to the doctor, in a lot of cases, they poke that to do that biopsy, and then they burst it. And then when the burst take place, now you need chemotherapy and all these other things, which is a money system. And we're not here for that today, so I won't delve heavy into that. I just want to let you know that your body is always fighting for you. And if your body is always fighting for you, that means your spirit and your soul is always fighting for you as well. All right? But moving out of coping and into a healing is going to be the key to it all. All right? Every coping strategy was intelligence in action. All right? So every coping strategy was intelligence in action. We just got finished speaking about how if one body organ fails, another one can kick in and because this is all intelligence that we're dealing with. Supreme intelligence at that. All right? And so overeating, numbing, overachieving, isolating, each one whispered, "This is how I stay safe at the moment." I'm going to say that again. Overeating, numbing, overachieving, isolating, each one whispered, "This is how I stay safe." Safe until you're ready to open that Pandora's box and deal. Right? And so it's going to stay safe. That tumor is basically safe until you deal with it. And once you deal with it, then the true healing takes place. Thank those old tools, then lay them down. Amen. Thank those old tools for getting you through. I appreciate you. You got me through. And sometimes an old tool can be a person. Listen, you got me through some tough times. I got to lay you down now. I put you to sleep. All right? Because I got bigger and better things to achieve. And obviously, you were a coping mechanism that I used to keep me safe for a period of time. But now I'm ready to embark on, that next venture. You don't need armor where peace lives, right? Armor is to protect you, obviously. But in a place of peace, you don't need protection, right? So the armor, connect that to the coping, the healing, connect that to peace, and all is good in the world. You know what I'm saying? Or at least that's the way it should be. Yes? All right. What new ways can I comfort myself without harm? What new ways can I comfort? What can I replace cocaine with? What can I replace marijuana with if that's something that's hindering you? What can I replace alcohol with that won't harm me? Right? This is a duality paradigm we live in, right? So if there's something harmful, there's something good to balance that out somewhere. And for each one of us, it's different. So you have to find what that balance is going to be for you so that you can, Superman had kryptonite. That was, he couldn't deal with that. So he had to create mechanisms here on Earth to make sure that these things couldn't harm him. All right? Breathe, movement, truth, rest. All right? Breath, movement, truth, and rest. You got to breathe. You got to add movement to your life. You got to deal in truth. And then you have to allow yourself to rest. And that's the definition of love. All right? That's the definition of love. All right? You don't have to punish yourself for surviving. You'll learn gentler ways to stay alive. All right? You don't have to punish yourself for surviving. You're learning gentler ways to stay alive. Stay here breathing. Keep moving. Always deal in truth. And when you have to rest, you have to rest. And that enables you to embody what love is. Be thankful. All right? I know this is redundant, but this redundance that we're saying, these repeated affirmations at the end of these sessions, is to stay in your head, and so that you can drill them deep into your subconscious mind, and you'll find that they begin to work when you are thankful, when you give grace, and when you understand the principles of live, learn, laugh, and love. And know that I love you, and I hope dearly that you love yourself. Peace, my brothers and sisters. We're getting this thing cooking. See you tomorrow.